This lessons is important for you to know about build a website or an app. Basically in this topic is about a client and server. Client or your computer or web browser make a request to the cloud, or server. It received from the server, it will then respond to the request. For example, Facebook. You are making a request to the Facebook server. You are asking for the Facebook page and the server sends you back a response which contains files like the actual HTML file. The request failed if you put the wrong password. The system warns you if your login and password are weak, like this. In this video, you are gonna learn the introduction of web programming in QIM 509E course. At the end of this lessons, you will be able to define the World Wide Web, distinguish the web browser, web page, and web application. To describe the several web terminology, explaining the programming language and web, explaining the types of web application, and build static and dynamic web page using web design software. Web programming is a set of website development in WWW or World Wide Web, based on the public network Internet. Through Internet, you can share photos, files, documents with others. By definition, Internet is a bunch of computers that are spread all around the world that talk to each other, using certain protocol or certain language. From the Internet, World Wide Web came out, which is network of hypertext documents that are linked to each other. The web today are more far advanced than before. In 1990, the first web browser came out, and it was called www. Web browser was needed to open sites that are made in language, that was called HTML. World Wide Web is an information space where documents and web resources, interlinks by hypertext link. Hypertext documents or web pages are text documents formatted and annotated with hypertext markup language. Web browser is software application for retrieving, presenting, and passing over information resources on the World Wide Web. The web browser that we are familiar with are such as Google Chrome and Safari. There are many types of web page. For example, static web page and dynamic web page. Static web page is a website just for review only, where we want to get an information. Dynamic web page is an interactive website or a web form. It links in certain rules data source that contains structured and non-structured database, program codes such as scripts, and functionality. A web application, or web app, is an application program that is stored on a remote server and delivered over the internet through a browser interface. It do not need to be downloaded since they are accessed through a network. Web applications use a combination of server-side scripts such as PHP, handling the storage and retrieval of the information, and client-side scripts such as JavaScript and HTML, presenting information to users. The users can interact within company using online forms. The applications allow employees to create documents, share information regardless of location or device. All users can access the same version. Besides static and dynamic web application, there is also other types of web apps. For examples, e-commerce is an online shopping such as Shopee and Lazada, that is simply the sale and purchase of services and goods over an electronic medium like Internet. CMS is a web application that allows you to create, edit, and publish content, for example Joomla and Wix. Portal Web Apps is a web-accessible, interactive tool on a secured website such as Google and YouTube. A cookie is a small amount of data generated by a website and saved by your web browser. Its purpose is to remember information about you. For example, you open and surf using your web browser about something and it will suggest the information based on what you are searching for. Session refers to a limited time of communication between two systems, client and server, to describe the entire time you spend on the website. In banking online system, such as Maybank, the entire process described as a session. Programming language used in web are such as HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and PHP. HTML is responsible for structure of the site. The web page is built on HTML code. The user can specify the header, paragraph, in their page using tag. HTML5 is the latest version of HTML that can be used to write web application without internet connection. Its goal is to improve language with support latest multimedia, to be easily readable and understood by humans and computers. CSS is a set of style of the page. The user can design their page using their own creativity, such as setting the color or the font style they like. JavaScript is downloaded program from web server and it run on the client side. It is to animate the image gallery in the page. PHP is a server scripting language and is a powerful tool in making dynamic web page. To design the web, the software that we need are such as Dreamweaver, Notepad++, and WordPress. Hopefully with these explanation you can see the overview of what is web programming is about. Thank you.